Hello, dear kids. The story for today is called How the Little Parasaurolophus Jacob Went to Swim. One Friday, Jacob, the Parasaurolophus, couldn't wait for the weekend to come. He thought everything thoroughly and decided to take the Krivograd Express to the swimming pool of the Vishnova camp in Rostoki near Krivograd. And as he planned, he did. By the end of the shift, he was slowly reducing his work effort and was constantly looking at the clock. He turned off the light for exactly a second and was already trudging home, leaving dust behind him. He prepared everything properly: wallet, cell phone, towel, swimsuit, snack, sunglasses, and sunscreen. And here you see our hero, Parasaurolophus Jacob. On Saturday morning, he took a direct train to his destination. The journey was peaceful, only a little disturbed by father and son, who talked loudly about different types and production lines of locomotives all the way to Baron. When they dropped out, the Japanese took their place and filled the entire compartment. Well, it was still bearable. And now the Rostoki are here. The weather was kind to the Parasaurolophus, and he is already at the boathouse looking around. The buffet offers Jablonova beer. I don't know that. I will try it. And if you want, dear children, to find out what it is made of, write your question down in the comments, please. It's a highly alcoholic drink anyway, and it didn't stop at just one. And since it was warm enough, our hero made himself comfortable on the edge of the beach to rest a little, and as soon as he stretched, he would go swimming again. But it turned out a little differently. As he stretched, his eyelids started to stick together, but maybe that won't happen as much if I crunch a little. And it turned out when that when he woke up, almost everyone was already gone. The groundkeeper, Mr. Tyrannosaur, poked him with a stick and spoke kindly to him this way: "Sir, if it wasn't too much trouble for them to get out, we are closing now. The thunder of the bagpipes, let them kindly fall out." And you see Mr. Tyrannosaur and the stick. "Oh, I'm so sorry. Somehow my drowsiness must have overcome me. I'm after a whole week overworked." "Of course, overworked. 3 bottles of Yablonova. It could stroke even better fighters. And they will kindly take the ring with them." "But it's not mine." "I don't care. Pick up this stuff and get out." Well, what could the poor Parasaurolophus do? He was still hanging around a bit when he reached the stop, and his hunch was confirmed. No train will go for today because there was some kind of lockout. And if you think it could be solved by hitchhiking, it wasn't very likely either. The navigation was off too, so it didn't look too positive. But you don't know how our Sauropus. He looked again at the circle he had so unexpectedly come to, and a plan formed in his head, especially in the crest of his skull. He moved a little past the last dwelling, and since it was already getting dark, he could start blowing. He carefully sat down on the circle, climbed into the current of the Barunka River, and it was already running. And our fairy tale is a little bit educational. About 60 kilometers in the current with an average speed of 4 meters per second awaited him. So, dear kids, let's try to calculate it. So, 4 kilometers is 4,000 seconds. 40 kilometers, 40,000 seconds. 60 kilometers is 60,000 seconds. That's 1,000 minutes, and that's 16 more like 70 on even 18 hours. Sometimes our hero had to climb out of the river to get around the obstacle, but he didn't have to get out of the ring to pee, not really, even if he was a little cold. So, when he started at 7:30 p.m., he arrived in Mojani at noon on Sunday, when of course some trains were already running, but he thought he would somehow finish it. So he climbed out, patted himself down, dried himself off, and went home, when he fell into bed like had been cut. And that's it, dear children, the end of today's fairy tale. Here you see the javelin of a beer. Don't forget to subscribe and see you soon. Goodbye.